IT is never going to go away. It's not newspaper. It's not any other industry. It's not, the steel industry or the coal industry. It's something that's only going to keep getting bigger and bigger and more important in every business.
The course pretty much lays the groundwork for you for any position that you're going to go into as far as the IT field.
I mean, every business has an IT department these days.
Every company has an IT department, whether it's only one person, whether it's a small mom and pop store. Somebody takes care of the point of sales, or someone takes care of their database, or somebody has to manage those PCs.
And it's because in order for the heroes that work on the front lines, they need someone to support them. So they need support departments like accounting or finance or human resources. They also need IT to make sure that their technology works, that their systems are working, their account login is good, and they can log in and do their work.
So the training in the course at Lincoln Tech honestly is, in my personal opinion, I think it's fantastic.
Welcome to the official podcast of Lincoln Tech. In this episode, we'll be looking at the Computer Systems Support Technician program. We'll find out what you can expect to learn and what kind of jobs are out there. You'll also hear from professors and employers who work directly with Lincoln Tech to help you succeed in a growing field that isn't going away. And Lincoln's promise to our students is simple. We will work tirelessly to help you succeed on the road to new career opportunities. Now, let's dive into some details about the program.
Hi, I'm Mark Surface. I'm the Chief IT Instructor for Lincoln Technical Institute, Allentown location. We teach Computer System Support Technician program. I'm a graduate. I graduated in Lincoln Tech in 1994, and I've pretty much been in the IT field ever since.
My name is Leo Wentline. I'm the Director of Tech Support and Services for Kids Peace Corporation. Kids Peace Corporation is a juvenile and adult mental health care facility that operates residential and inpatient as well as outpatient facilities in 8 states on the Eastern Seaboard. So I've been on the Lincoln Tech advisory board, the curriculum advisory board, for about 5 years now. And I think that has helped me see behind the curtain into how these students and graduates have been trained. I've seen their curriculum. I've advised on it, what I think they should do differently or do more of. But really the Lincoln Tech graduates that have come and worked for us, and I think we're up to about 5 or 6 already, and that's a pretty good number considering my entire team is like 11. So they've entered the workforce with a really solid fundamental knowledge of technology in general, well-rounded.
Okay, basically what we teach everything about computers, from a basic computer, what a computer is, how a computer works, how the inner workings of the computer works, from the motherboard, how the information gets through the motherboard, from there to the memory, to the CPU, to the processor, and out to the video card. Then we break it out from there. We teach the basic computer. Then we teach operating systems. We teach Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 10, multiple versions of Linux. We teach Ubuntu, Fedora, Kali Linux. We teach a little Black Arch, that sort of thing. Then we teach also Server. We teach Server 2012, 2016, 2019, and Server 2022 just came out. So we'll start teaching Server 2022 shortly. Now a new class that we're starting to teach is Cloud, which is basically Amazon Azure, or Amazon Web Services, Google, Microsoft Azure. And we teach those services because a lot of companies are moving their servers from on-site then they move them, quote unquote, into the cloud. And we move that way. And we teach the cloud system.
Lincoln Tech's Computer Systems Support Technician program also teaches networking and help desk and gives you real hands-on experience, as Professor Mark Surface explains.
They get laptops as part of their tuition package. They get Dell laptops, and they have to power them on, and then they have to set them up. And sometimes things don't work very well, and they have to troubleshoot that. And we give them real-world experience. For the A+ class, part of what they have to do is tear down a PC. So we teach them how to remove memory, how to install memory. We teach them how to install and remove a processor. We actually, they have tear down PCs where they take the memory, processor, the video card, everything out of the PC, and then they have to put it back in. Well, if they don't put it back in properly, it doesn't work. And now they have to start their troubleshooting. Well, what do I see? What do I smell? What do I hear? What is going on? Do I see LEDs? Do I see a power light? Do I see a hard drive light? Do I hear the hard drive booting up? Do I hear the post beep? So they do all that from day one. And then every class from then on is troubleshooting. Everything is troubleshooting. They'll be doing test outs. They'll be working on their labs. And if a lab is not working and they can't get a lab to work, they'll ask us as the instructor how to fix it. We'll help the first student how to fix it. And then if another student has that same problem, instead of us going to that student and helping the student out, we will actually forward them to the first student and have the first student teach them how to fix it from there. And then they will go on to help the next student. So it's not just me or the instructor teaching and helping the students out. The students are learning from there how to help each other out. And then we'll also teach them not to touch the PCs. When they go to work and they help these other students out, we teach them to hold their hands behind their back so they don't touch the mouse or they don't touch the PC. They have to tell the other student how to do it. And then even with that, we don't want them to give them the answer. We guide them down the road on how to figure out the answer.
Not only do you get hands-on experience, but you get real-world practical experience in entry-level positions within the field, as Leo Wentline explains.
They have a class where they have to sort of learn how to be help desk. They have to put something together and ship it somewhere else and then talk the person through putting it together and making sure it works. And, we're constantly giving them scenarios like make sure that person knows nothing about technology that has to put it together. Because oftentimes when you're sitting on the help desk, you're going to get the call from the person who knows nothing about the computer they're sitting in front of. So you can't just tell them to do these advanced keystroke techniques and fix their problem. You need to tell them to make sure it's turned on and that it's, that they can log in and that it's plugged in and, go very basic, be able to talk through all of the steps. So we provide a lot of those scenarios to them based on real world scenarios that we're getting so that they can make their classes feel a little more realistic.
The real life experience also continues even beyond the classroom with internships.
The internship is where they go out to a client and they have a 150-hour internship where they go to a client and whatever the client needs them to do, say maybe image some PCs or rebuild some PCs or wipe. We have some school districts, and right now the school districts are coming to the end of the year. Well, all those Chromebooks are coming back in, and they have to be wiped and prepared for the next school year. So we'll send externs out or interns out to do that. They'll wipe them. They'll reset them up, maybe run updates. They need to be cleaned. I'm sure some of them are pretty dirty from the students using them. So they'll actually physically clean them and wipe them down as well as reset them up for the new school year. They'll also work on some Cat5 cabling, or maybe they need some cable runs or something of the nature, or they'll need some servers built, or basically whatever it is that the client needs.
The Computer Systems Support Technician program gives you the foundation to succeed in this industry.
So the Lincoln Tech program really sets the graduates up for a couple of different fields right off the bat, or a couple of different specific IT paths right off the bat. There's a help desk path, which is quite common, and it's where a lot of people in IT start. It's a great way to get exposure to a lot of different things in the IT field. Also hone your customer service and your soft skills at the same time.
As an employer, can you tell us more about the earnings potential at your organization for people with computer networking skills?
Those folks are probably looking at anywhere from $30,000 to $40,000 annually plus full benefits and some other things lumped in. There's also the PC support technician piece, which is less of a dealing with end users and more of a dealing with the equipment by itself, fixing, repairing, replacing equipment. That's also something that would an IT graduate from Lincoln Tech would be in line for. and that's probably 35 to 45 to start with. And then I know some of their folks have come in and became network admins or system admins. Those are higher priced, but you really have to sort of prove yourself right out of college to get one of those positions. It's not common to come right out of college and get one, but I know some people have been able to do that. And there you're looking at 40 to 50 to start.
So my name is Hector Garcia. I started at Lincoln Tech in December of 2019. So I was going right into the 2020 year. So my current job, I'm an IT specialist for North Hudson Community Action Corporation. They're a medical group who have several health facilities within the northern New Jersey. So they have about 8 to 9 facilities. They're actually looking to open up another one. And my role there is exactly what my title is I'm IT. So the training and the course at Lincoln Tech honestly is, in my personal opinion, I think it's fantastic. Just like anything in life, I feel like you get what you put into it. So if you're not willing to do the work and if you're not willing to, make the dedication to it, you're not going to get much. I myself got a lot out of it, especially with the simple fact that the course pretty much lays the groundwork for you for any position that you're going to go into as far as the IT field. You start with basic fundamentals of, computer technology, and then you go into a little bit more of the internals on the basics of the computer. Then you start with networking, and then you start with the security provisions. Then you go into Active Directory and servers and all of that you pretty much need as a fundamental base to get anywhere. You also have the opportunity to take certifications, which you have your A+ certification, you have your networking, and you have your security. I'm actually setting up to take all of my certifications in June, right before our graduation. And it was great because of the school giving me so much information and being able to show me things. It actually helped me land my position currently. And I was able to get hired on well before graduation. I started working for North Hudson in December 6th of 2021. And it was perfect because everything I learned there at Lincoln Tech, it was some way, shape, or form, it all correlated to what I currently do at my job.
We have a great partnership with Lincoln Tech. We are one of their internship sites. So we have exposure to their program and their folks. We also, visit their campus frequently. So that really is a good pipeline for us. We're getting less applicants. I don't know that reflects it. It's that people are leaving one company to go to a competitor. So you can tell that the competitors are also struggling to find all the talent they need when they start to make offers to people that are already gainfully employed to try to get them to come over. Demand for jobs is probably higher because that's where our society and businesses are moving towards a more digital society. So information technology professionals are in higher demand than ever, coupled with things like increased cybersecurity and cyber attacks has made those qualified folks even more in demand. Companies are creating positions for those that didn't exist even 5 to 10 years ago. And then on top of it, I can tell you that when I posted a job 4 or 5 years ago, I would get a dozen or so applicants for the job. Now, when I post it, I get 3 or 4. I don't even know how I would possibly quantify it other than it's massive. So there are way more jobs out there and a lot less available professionals looking for employment.
Who's a good candidate for the computer system support technician program?
Actually, anybody with any kind of interest in not just computers, but the internet.
So I think you need to be motivated and ambitious. Technology changes very rapidly. You need to want to stay up to date on everything, because if you don't, you're going to get passed by.
You have to make sure you have a passion for this. Understanding that in IT, some of the things can be repetitive. There are going to be roadblocks with certain things. You may get stuck. But if you're passionate about doing this, it doesn't matter. none of the roadblocks or any of the obstacles that you're going to come across are going to phase you at that point, because you're going to be able to get through it.
Also, flexibility in that you need to be able to work in a team environment as well as independently.
The most challenging part of working in today's IT is, my personal opinion, is you have to know how to deal with people's personalities. Whether it's, you're working in IT at a medical facility, if you're working just IT in general, or if you're doing IT at a retail situation, everybody is a different person. They have their own personality, and you have to be able to run with it.
And lastly, I think one of the things people don't really think about when it comes to IT is customer service. We don't have external customers like, let's say, a retailer would, but every single associate that works at KidsPeace is an internal customer. So they're our customers, and we need to make sure that they're satisfied, that we're resolving their problem in a timely manner to their satisfaction. And people don't call IT when something works and say thank you. They call IT when something doesn't work. And so they're most likely frustrated. And so, it takes a special kind of person that can absorb that, reassure them, stay calm, fix their problem, and make them feel good when they hang up the phone, even though they're having probably not a great day right now. And so all of those other things are important. I think customer service is probably the most important.
Customer service is also one of Lincoln Tech's stronger attributes with the career services team within the Computer Systems Support Technician program.
Michael Granberry graduated from Lincoln Tech in 2015. Yeah, so upon graduating, you had to meet with the career services staff, and they kind of prepped you and got you ready for like the real world, for lack of a better term, through different interview prep courses and different resume writing sessions and things like that. I really say that, like I said, I've been to school before, and I haven't had the best experience with the entire career services type of department or staff. But here at Lincoln Tech, they really seem like they really wanted to get you prepped and to get you ready for the real world. And they were really serious about helping their graduates, find positioning within the career field of choice. They were always willing to kind of sit down, iron out some things in your resume, give you constructive and open feedback as far as interview techniques were concerned. And if you didn't have those interview techniques or skills, they were there to get you prepped and to give you those skills. I've worked, I've had several jobs prior to Lincoln Tech, but nothing like really career-based. Like, I didn't have a career. I've had several jobs, but not a career. And there's a difference between interviewing for your next job and interviewing for your next career. And Lincoln Tech really just sat down and went through the ins and outs as far as interview questions were concerned, how to conduct yourself, how to dress, how to really articulate your skills, and how to really answer the questions in a sense that would really highlight your professionalism. And it was just a really good experience. I would have to say that was like the biggest bonus for me as far as my experience. The career services team just really had it out for your success, from resume building to mock interview and feedback and suggestive feedback. So that was kind of my experience with the career services department and kind of what they did and to get you prepped for those real world experiences as far as the interview is concerned.
Actually, the best thing about the career services team is, number one, they're always wanting to help out. They want to make sure that you get the information that you need. If they need anything from you, you send them your resume, you fill out the paperwork so that they can get the ball rolling. And if you need help looking for a job, or even the internship coordinator, just everyone there in general will do everything in their power if they can to help. And that's been my experience there.
The IT world is not only national, but global, and it's an in-demand career that can literally take you anywhere.
Actually, another one of our sites is Fiber Optics, where they are global. Well, not global, they're national. And when they hire our students, that is one of the first things they explain to them is that they go nationwide. This week, they'll be going to Michigan to install fiber optic cables into a warehouse. Next week, they might be going to Utah, or they might be going to Florida, or they will be literally nationwide. And like I said, these students, these graduates who went down to Florida, we have sites in Florida who are global sites that are offering positions for those people. So as people do move, a lot of the places are nationwide, or even they are going global. Look at Google. Google is literally a global organization. Microsoft, same thing. All of those are global. So if you want to move somewhere, you can get a job with one of these places and you can travel. Decision One is a company that I personally worked for, and they were always looking for people other places in the United States. So I could have easily traveled and gone anywhere.
A career in IT can take you anywhere, but you have to build specialized skills for an in-demand field that's ever-changing. Take it from Leo Wentline, who employs Lincoln Tech graduates.
IT is never going to go away. It's not newspaper. It's not any other industry. It's not, the steel industry or the coal industry. It's something that's only going to keep getting bigger and bigger and more important in every business. Somebody who owns a restaurant, they need IT because they need wireless in there. Everybody's expecting to have wireless in their restaurant. They have point of sale systems that are network dependent. Maybe some of their kitchen apparatus is now network dependent. Every business needs IT, and there aren't enough skilled IT folks out there to fill all the jobs that are needed, whether it's a subcontractor who leases people out to the bar restaurant industry, or people like us who have an internal IT team, but are always looking for really great talent. It's a job that it's an occupation that if you want job security, you're never going to not have somebody looking for a skilled IT professional. And the earnings potential there are tremendous. And the icing on the cake is most of the time IT can work from anywhere. If we have the internet, we can log into somewhere and work. So, I don't want to be in a cube farm. You don't have to be in a cube farm. I want to make a lot of money. You can make a very nice living in IT. I want to make sure that I have a job forever. I don't think computers are going anywhere. You're going to have job security one way or the other. So those are the big three for me.
Employers like Leo are looking for future IT specialists, and Lincoln Tech has the programs that can change your life.
I'm at a really good place in life, and I really think a lot of that is really due to Lincoln Tech, really like making a man out of myself. Because when I started Lincoln Tech, I was really much so a boy and really didn't know, I said, hey, I'm in the school, but I'm not, there's a lot of nights that I said, man, this isn't going to pay off. This isn't going to take me anywhere, man. But, my instructor, Ms. Odoms, and Lincoln Tech as a collectively as a staff really just kept pushing me and saying, hey, this is the right choice. I think that you made the right thing. You're a really good student, Michael. Keep giving us that effort. Keep allowing us to help you because I'm sure it will pay off. It will pay off. And I'm just so, I would do anything for Lincoln Tech at this point. Like if someone needed me to speak, if someone needed me to mentor, if there's a student that just was, feeling very doubtful about the program or feeling very doubtful, about the course within Lincoln Tech, any course that they take. This doesn't just touch the computer network technician program, support technician program. This is like collectively. So I didn't take the HVAC course. So I know they offer a nursing course, but I experienced just the overall investment like that school has. And it's much different from like your bigger schools and your universities. It's almost like you become like another number. Like within those bigger schools and those universities, like Lincoln Tech, I would say it's much more dialed in, for lack of a better term. Would it be a much more dialed in? The class sizes are a little bit smaller than your bigger universities. in your bigger school. So therefore, you get more attention. You gain more of an intimate connection and relationship with the career services department than what you would do at a bigger university if they have a career services department. So they get to know you more personally than just a student. That way, they become more invested in saying, hey, because I really got the impression that my success was their success. Miss Walker at the Marietta campus, she was in career services when I attended and when I graduated. And I really felt like she felt my success was her success. And that's just phenomenal. It really, at least for someone like me who was really looking to make a change, like I said, moving cars around, washing cars, and I'll be super honest with you, man, I was at a point in my life where, I was, really just wasn't in the best headspace, really wasn't in the best, physical shape and things like that. But this is it was so much of a game changer for me. My entire, it didn't happen overnight. It happened gradually, but progressively though. And I think it's all because of the work that I put in and the work that was instilled in me from just the staff and just the program and things like that. So I'm just so grateful. I'm so grateful to be speaking with you. So grateful to be a graduate. Lincoln Tech, not just the Marietta campus, but campuses all over the world really made me a shining star. And it's kind of I did my training in the dojo, for lack of a better term, and Lincoln Tech being the dojo really kind of made me ready for the real world, and they really trained me well. And I'm just so appreciative and so humbled to be speaking with you regarding this podcast and regarding just my thoughts and my experience with the program.
At Lincoln Tech, your success is our success. If you think you'd like to learn more about the Computer Systems Support Technician program and join a growing field within the IT community where opportunities are limitless, contact Career Services today online at lincolntech.edu and set up a campus tour or talk with instructors today. lincolntech.edu.